This episode of the Lured Up podcast is brought to you by our Patreon. Everything we do here on the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by the community, and you can join our community of supporters on patreon.com/Pokemon Professor for as little as $1 a month. And that dollar will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And you can head over to patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. You can support a collective of hardworking part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon, podcasting, and the community here at the Pokemon Professor Network. Let's do it. And by do it, I mean it. It. What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 344 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. This episode is streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, X, and Facebook. I'm your host, Ken Pescator. That's Adam Tuttle. Adam, we're not going to stream to TikTok and Instagram because it broke the feed last time. It made everything.
We don't want to do that.
Made everything all cuckoo. So we're not going to do that this time. We're gonna figure out that in the future. But we are streaming this live on Twitch. If you are here in the chat already, thank you. Like Ampharos, Michael, Maddie G is here, Chase is here. What's happening, y'all? Appreciate you early birds coming into the chat. Just a reminder, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, which means you get one free subscription every month, and we love
early
if you cashed it in on us. Yeah, Adam, so what's going on, dude? How was your week? What's the dealio? How are you?
The week has been, kind of lackluster, I mean, I did get a shiny Flogato wearing the hat from Horizons, which is kind of cool. But
was that wild or from research?
That was wild, but I was very much more excited for what's going on right now.
Which is?
Well, okay, not now.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 10. Yeah, so tomorrow is the sweet the sweet Delibird event that everyone can go after Applin, do whatever you want to do, but I'm going after Delibird.
We know, dude.
That's my event.
We know. It's all you're talking about. It's crazy, but yeah, I definitely want to recap the last week of gameplay. We had an interesting weekend. We did have the Horizons event wrapping up, but we had a very frustrating GMAX Snorlax Max Battle day. I don't know what happened to the physics of throwing and catching, but it was bad, and a lot of upset peeps. I can't believe they haven't said anything about it yet. I mean, and by that I mean I can completely believe that they haven't said anything about it yet, but I hope they do. I hope they, I don't know, do something. We'll talk about it. This week brings us DMAX Entei Max Battle Weekend. We have sweet discoveries, like you said. Many people looking forward to that. I know you're really pumped on that. I think it's going to be fun because it just introduces the Apple mechanic and new currencies and just more gameplay to get into, which is kind of cool. Shout to Jay Hotzel in the chat. Joe, thank you so much. Subscribing with Prime for 7 months straight.
Oh God, let's go.
Thank you. Kate the Cons is here. Gang, gang. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Looking forward to May. We've got a bunch of stuff on the calendar, and this kind of advance notice is definitely something I want to get used to, right? Usually it could be the day before the month ends, and we haven't received any content update or anything yet. Now we're, probably since the middle of April, we're starting to get news of May events, which is kind of cool. Like we learned of the Mega Kangaskhan Raid Day and stuff weeks ahead of time, which is a good thing because, this game is demanding on schedules. So if you have the information early, you can help kind of pick your battles, right? And figure out what you want to do and what you want to play.
Literally.
So, advance notice is all good.
And waste all of your incubators or save them for hatching Delibird. I mean, it's all about how you catch the Delibird.
The Wayfarer Challenge ended ahead of schedule, making what already felt like a rush to break up feel even more rushed. And for the first time, I don't know, I want to say maybe ever, I really notice, I guess at least since the Niantic spatial announcements early in April, There's really some conflict right now among the Wayfarer community, and rightfully so. There's a lot of stuff going on, but they're not afraid to air it out, and that's not something too typical from the Wayfarer community. So we'll talk about all that, and I just want to wrap up with a conversation on how to get started with Wayfarer. We're going to put together a little list of resources that are worth bookmarking. Create a little folder in your bookmarks for Wayfarer. Throw all the links that we have in the description in there. We'll talk about it. It's very easy to get started, and if you woke up tomorrow and said, "Hey, I wanted to get involved with Wayfarer," you would literally be playing an active role in developing the game board for you and all the other trainers in your area. So it's something that you could really do immediately and put it into action. So we'll talk about all that. Good morning, Jodo. Lane is here in the chat. Xander is here in the chat. Yo, we got a party up in her, which is really exciting. But Adam, let's talk about Horizons. You watched the anime. I watched the anime. It was fantastic. I like these characters. And you said you got a shiny, so tell me more about your gameplay. Was this kind of like a background thing? Was this a Go Plus event?
It was very much a background, but I did buy that big giant egg bundle or incubator bundle because I wanted to hatch the Delibirds. I've saved, and
so you're hanging on to them.
I said I wasn't going to use them, and then I fell into the Tinkatink trap, and the hammer came down on the incubators.
Wait, hold on. How many Tinkatink?
So many. It felt like every hatch was Tinkatink.
Wait, are you being facetious? Or are you being serious?
I'm dead serious.
It worked out?
It seemed like
wow.
Every hatch I had was, yeah, because I have.
Were you doing like 9 7Ks? Like that kind of level of hatching action? Oh, dude,
I got 8.
What? You know how many I have? I feel like our roles are reversed. I got 0 because I was on the single incubator grind through this whole event and was doing 1 7K at a time, and it was like not paying off.
There was a lot of Elekid.
So I got a couple of
those. It was Elekid or it was Tinkatink. I did get one Magby, but it was one of those two, and I was like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what is even in the pool right now, but it is not what I want.
Well, let me tell you,
but I fell into the trap because I'm like, oh well, if I got
it worked.
Tinkatink, like, I want more candies. Yeah, it did.
Not for me, dude. I'll end up getting this thing out of 10Ks. I'm not worried about it. I didn't get upset. I was just like, look, I'm not gonna go through these. I not that I even have like a backlog of incubators that I'm sitting on, but I'm kind of in the ramp up to Go Fest now, where I need to start stockpiling items for Go Fest and all that. Oh, we got a bunch of people here in the chat real quick. Oh, Adam, Nijola26, greetings from Rochester. What? New Hampshire's in the house? Let's go. Welcome. New Hampshire. That's awesome. Yo, Joe in the chat says 71 tinks with the hundo. Yo, 71. Wow. What? I'm coming to Woodbridge this weekend to trade.
I feel like the math isn't there. If you only got 1 hundo and you have 71 tink,
that's crazy. That's crazy. But
look, I just looked, and it was Hatena, Elekid, Charcadet, and Tinkatink. So maybe in my head I thought fire. It was definitely like I got 2 Charcadets at one point, like back to back, and then it just felt like everyone was. I'd either get 2 Elekids in the middle or all Tinks.
Yeah, I'm pulling up on the screen right now for the video viewers.
Hatena.
I got the Florigato too. First check, got the Florigato. 2 Captain Pikachus during the event, which was cool.
Any Captain Pikachu.
That was
taking pictures, doing all that stuff.
And I had one. From the last time it came around, so I definitely have them to trade. And we'll get back to my shinies in a little bit. But dude, I'll get the Tinkatink out of 10Ks. I definitely do not hatch 7Ks because my Go Plus is on 100% of the time. I rarely catch the opportunity that I'm hatching an egg and can open a gift before the Go Plus catches the next stop or something. So I'll get it at 10Ks. I'm not worried about it.
I turned off my Pokestop spinning.
Yeah. Why? Just to catch hatches?
Just so I could get the gifts.
Oh, okay.
Which is what,
I
like, I'm
got
gonna
you.
have to do that anyways for Delibird because I want
Yeah.
to increase my chances of getting Delibird. This
Yeah.
whole event's gonna be like, don't spin a stop unless you
So,
have maxed out
yeah.
eggs.
Chat popping off here saying, Xander goes, I run the single incubator and got lucky with one 7K egg and got it accidentally. That's amazing. 1 for 1. You batted 100. That's awesome. Joe got the Hundo,
I think
Charcadet, and the Elekid. Yo, these people are so hardcore in the chat.
the
You
highlight of
guys
this
are so
event,
hardcore.
though, is legit the pose with the hammer.
The pose with the hammer is good. The
Seeing that in the lobby, is,
yeah,
like,
it's pretty
wild.
cool. New York Comic Con, all over again. But no, it's take away Tinkatink. Still an awesome event. I loved it. I loved the spawn pool. I loved Chanseys and raids. I loved Rockruff. This was a really good one for me. I totally liked it. And
I felt like they definitely adjusted the rate of each of these Pokemon hatching at an equal rate.
yeah, you know what? I
Like,
didn't
it-
pay
it-
attention to the
felt
chart.
like-
You know when you click on the egg and it shows you the rarity? I didn't pay attention to it. Were they all in the same
Yeah.
tier? Probably.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
But that's what I'm
But,
saying. Like, it felt good to hatch the eggs.
But
And
Florigato
it
with
was
the
like half hatch or something like that.
yeah,
right?
half hatch.
So
Yep.
it was, yeah.
Florigato with the hat, and it's just a cool Pikachu. It made chasing costumes for people that typically don't like costume Pokemon. They were like, all right, these are okay. These are okay. So it was cool. Evolved form with the hat, so it's kind of cool. But we also had GMAX Snorlax Max Battle
Well, it
Day.
did feel weird with Sprigatito.
What,
Like,
not
I
having it?
understand Yeah, because Sprigatito was in the wild, and it's just like, why would I click on any of the Sprigatito when I'm after the shiny Florigato?
Get
and I
them
would rather
can.
catch the
Well, the
100%.
Sprigatitos were more common.
Yes, but you get more Stardust from the Florigato. You have the shiny chase. You have the costume. You have the chance to get it as 100%. That would be so cool.
What? Just saying. Just catch everything, right? I don't ever like look at something on the map and be like, I'm not catching that. It's like I'm
I
gonna
do
catch.
that all the time.
See, that's crazy to me. I'm catching. If
Yeah, but
I
there's,
have
like,
the
there's, like, an
means,
EVA.
100% of the catches I'm getting. Like if I'm sitting there, there's never going to be like a Pokemon that I'm like. I'll see a Surskit and be like, I need to catch that. Do I want it? No.
Okay, I'm gonna catch the Skiploom, and then after I catch them all, I'm gonna look at the IVs and I'm gonna see if I
Who
wasted my
cares?
time.
It's
or
not a waste of time. You're getting
waste my
Stardust
time
and
if they're not hundo.
experience points. You're a more experienced person. All right, let's talk about GMAX Snorlax because this was horrible. Great community turnout in Red Bank, 60 plus peeps on the ground. I saw Essex County, New Jersey had a couple hundred people together. Woodbridge, I know, had over 100. New Jersey was popping off with this. I know that we had some good weather for the first time, which seems
When
like in
is
the season.
New Jersey popping off?
Dude, a lot. Like, dude, you gotta remember, Red Bank
Why
is
go coming to you?
Red Bank is still a small town, right? Like, it's still 1 mile that we play. It's like this one spot. So it's like,
Yeah, but think this this entire community
yeah,
listening to this podcast right now, they are coming to New Jersey, Jersey City. How far away is Red Bank from Jersey City?
50 minutes with horrendous
50
without
minutes.
her
Okay,
without
so
horrendous traffic, which might
without
be rare.
horrendous traffic, which might be rare. So let's just say an hour, okay? So you can come to GoFest, and you've heard about Red Bank in all its glory.
Go play in Red. Let's
can
play in
go
Red
there.
Bank on Saturday night.
Yeah.
We should play. Oh, we
That's,
should
that's
play in.
I mean, and
Dude,
then we should
Should
go
I
to-
rent a van? You love that Pete Nellis. Should I rent a
I wanna
van,
get another
dude?
t-shirt.
What if I rented
You
a
should rent
17-person cargo van and took the core lured up crew? Oh, dude. That sounds awesome. Oh, man. All right, we'll have to talk about that. New Hampshire, 40 plus people in New Hampshire for GMAX Snorlax. Let's go,
Wow.
dude. Let's go. No, we were running.
Nick's community is like insane. There's
Yeah,
so
that's-
many good
that's
players.
sick. That's sick.
And everybody's welcoming. So
We were running 3 lobbies pretty much through the event. And everyone was really hyped for this, right? Like, it's not necessarily a Pokemon that you'll be like, oh, I can't wait to use my Snorlax, right? But it's just a cool Pokemon. Everybody loves Snorlax. Everybody wanted Snorlax. So there was a lot of people that bought the ticket. And then we started getting the early news from like the APAC region, New Zealand, Australia,
Mhm.
Japan, saying like, "Yo, you can't catch this
And it
thing."
felt good. I will say it felt good to be at work on Saturday.
Oh god. Well, because it was bad. Leo said they got 80 plus in downtown DC. Hell yeah, let's go. The physics were so broken for the catch circle that if you barely touched the ball, this thing was like shot out of like a cannon and would just wing like full blown, like you threw it as hard as you possibly could. It was brutal. It was near impossible to get anything better than a nice throw. Uh, I landed one excellent throw the entire day. It was pure luck, and it happened to be on a shiny one, so I didn't even need to. So it was like, what's the point? But it was really challenging. So if you bought the ticket, got your 8 from that, plus the 5 for free, 13 plus the daily, 14 raids total, whatever it was, 15 max. Let's just say you didn't buy anything beyond the ticket. Spent $5, right? So you're doing 13 to 15 raids, something like that. Most people in my group had about a third of their Snorlax run. And like the catches that they did get were stressful because it was just not, it was complaints the whole time, and rightfully so. It was totally broken. And the entire time people are going, how did this not get fixed? Because there was a Niantic support tweet that came out saying like, hey trainers, we're aware that Snorlax isn't showing up showing up at power spots. We fixed that. And everyone was like, oh yeah, they fixed the catch circle. It's like, no, the catch mechanic was still banged up. It was just the placement of Snorlax. Leo in the chat says it was the catch physics wonky when there was time we could catch a laying down Snorlax. Remember sleeping Snorlax? Yeah, right. Seems like the circle was set on the face of Snorlax. Dude, I'm telling you, I was throwing it from the bottom. Like I spin counterclockwise, right? So I was throwing it from the bottom left of my screen, just like whoop, like just barely, like touching from the corner, just from the corner. And there you go, Adam. Adam's catching Pokemon.
Yeah, I spin mine like this, and then woo.
Oh, dude, that was. Dude, it's horrible. It's horrible, dude.
I'm not looking at it like I'm normal.
Yeah. You gotta do it with your nose. Remember the old challenge videos?
Listen, I still have a video of my cat like
pawing at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fisher J's in the chat. Yeah, we got peeps up in here. Really do appreciate everyone that's here checking out the live stream. We really
thank y'all
appreciate
for
that.
stopping by and hanging out. We appreciate it.
So while you did need a good group, we did some, I think the shortest raid or max battle that we did to successfully was with 12. So we probably could have done it with less, but we did do one with 12 just for science, and it worked out. But this weekend we have, real quick, but no mention from Niantic that they're going to have a make good, but like the whole day, the whole time, 3 hours straight, people are frustrated about catching Snorlax. They're like, how are they going to make this good? Are they going to make up the entire event with proper catching? Or are they just going to give us another like free timed research where it's just 10 encounters or something like that with Gigantamax Snorlax? I don't know. But
do something like
they've done nothing.
Gigantamax?
Not with Gigantamax, no, but they've done it with raid bosses.
Yeah, the Gigantamax is too much of a commodity.
What if they do it completely based on the max particles you spent? Every 800 max particles you spent that day or anything that ran, they give you another opportunity.
They would look and say, all the affected trainers that had a Snorlax run on them, they get one random encounter.
Horrible.
One.
That's horrible.
I know that sounds... I know, but I think that is the only way to keep it special. Unfortunately. Like, my heart goes out to those that were affected, but like I think that's the only way they keep it quote unquote special.
I'm pulling up my phone. I got a bunch of videos on here. It was just like the second you threw it, I mean, there you go. That was a good throw that I just did. I didn't even get like a good throw on it. But I mean, dude, I had so many Snorlax run. It was just, they were just running like crazy. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. But anyway, this weekend we have GMAX Entei, which kind of flips the script a little bit. You don't need a big group. You need 4. Even if you have 100, doesn't matter. Only 4 people at a time can do this. But this is for the whole weekend. This isn't a 3-hour tour, right? This isn't a 3-hour event. It's going to be running the whole weekend, the 26th and 27th, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So, max battle hours. Dynamax Entei, quarter hatch distance to get max particles. It's because it's the weekend. There is no ticket. But 3/4 max particle cost for unlocking power-up moves. So if you've got some, I don't know, special research or something buried in there to max power up some stuff, now's your chance. There will be free timed research. I like these events. I mean, even we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but Suicune was announced. And again, they're doing it over the course of the weekend. They're not making it a 2 to 5 thing because you don't need to get people together. You only need 4. And, if you've got stacked counters, maybe do it with 2. Definitely do it with 3. So, Entei's a good one. Usually a draw when it's in raid, so we'll see what happens. Moving on to Sweet Discoveries, which starts tomorrow. The Applin event. I mean, the Delibird event. Sorry, Adam. The 24th through the 29th, Double Catch Candy, which is kind of cool. Increased Shiny Squovit, which is odd because I go +1 today. And Shiny Delibird. Increased chance to hatch Shiny Delibird, Shiny Cherubi, and Shiny Squovit. I need that Cherubi.
Did you say Shiny Delibird?
Shiny Delibird. Yep, I did.
Okay.
And half hatch distance. Hold on to those incubators or not. I don't know. I've got Shiny Delibirds, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be spending incubators here. I just don't know. But Applin, Flapple, and Appleton is here. You get the different type of apple candies when you find them. Could we call them candy? Yeah, apple candy. Tart apples and sweet apples. Tart apples bringing it to
Only
Flapple.
those tart ones.
Sweet apples making it Appleton. So apparently, and this is early word from New Zealand, Australia, Japan, the wild apples, very, very rare. Mossy Lures, they show up. Wild, not so much. So, the timed research, if I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me scroll down here in the thing. Timed research comes with a Mossy Lure, free timed research. So, if you can find, some time to play, drop a lure, maybe get some people together, drop a couple lures, lure up a little restaurant or something like that, get some food, and organize, because apparently the apples in the wild are super rare. So, there you go. There is a $1.99 paid timed research, which Adam sent me a ticket to. I couldn't believe it, dude. I was like, who's doing this for me? And then I look and it's Adam. I was like, wow.
Listen, I just needed you to share in my excitement for Delibird. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, Nick in the chat said, yeah, they did extend the event by an hour. They actually 2 hours, but it was only in the regions that were affected at the time of the announcement. So it hadn't hit the U.S. East Coast yet. So ours didn't get extended, I think, or did it? But it was 7 p.m. in the other parts of the world. But dude, it is makeup worthy, in my opinion. It's definitely make good worthy, whether that's giving us a timed research with some extra Snorlax encounters or what, I don't know. But they got to do something.
Again, definitely. I think it would just be one.
Kate the Con says they're going to ignore it and not acknowledge there was a problem. They'll be like, that's Scopely's problem now. They are Scopely. All right. New avatar items. I don't know, man. I'm feeling the Applin apron. I like it. I like the alliteration too. This is kind of cool. But no, I think this event will be fun. And look, could this turn into something where other consumables, other items are left on the ground? Berries, just stuff you could pick up. If you've ever played Ingress, when you defeat a portal or hack a portal, items can be strewn across the map on the ground and you have to walk over to them, click on them and add them to your inventory. So I would like to see that where, just random stuff could be on the map or maybe something persistent. I can leave an item behind, and if anyone crosses the path of that item for a certain duration, 30 minutes or something, they see it.
Especially if you were in a group
Well, what if I have
party.
like
Well, I think it would work if you were in a party, because then if it's like if any item that was dropped was not picked up by your people in your party, it would just go back to your inventory.
no, I want to spread cheer.
That's just my tinfoil hat.
What if you're when Delibird is your buddy, he leaves little presents around behind for someone that's click on a present, and then it either blows up in their face or it gives them a berry. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. It takes 1 damage off of like one of your Pokemon or your buddy Pokemon or something.
That's awesome.
It's like, why is 1 HP missing?
Talking about Delibird, Delibird's presence. Real quick, just to get off topic, on Friday, June 6th, more info is coming on this. Friday, June 6th, the Friday of GoFest, we are going to be throwing a Lured Up meetup at the Pixel Lab, which is an arcade in downtown Jersey City that has a bunch of classic cabinets from the 80s and 90s, bunch of consoles. We're going to have a projector, and we're going to have Switch 2 going with Mario Kart, and we're going to have N64 going with Pokemon Stadium mini games, so we could get our Delibird mini games on. So it's going to be a good time. Flyer will be coming out next week when we have more details. But 8 p.m., the Pixel Lab, June 6th. It'll be after citywide gameplay ends. It's about 1 mile from Liberty State Park. So totally easy to get to from the park. You can walk there. It's going to be a good time. More details coming on that. I just thought about it, so I figured let the ADD flow. All right. Adam, I got a bunch more events here that we just kind of got to rip through, but this is what I was talking about with the...
Just grow up, Ken. Just grow up.
The early notifications. I like the early notice on this. Embark on the path ahead during the Growing Up event in Pokemon Go. May 2nd to May 7th, so we're already into May. Double XP for evolution, double candy for hatching eggs, increased chance at shiny Wimpod. Yo, Wimpod is a holdout for a lot of people. So, good shiny. Increased chance to encounter shiny Magikarp, shiny Swablu, shiny Wimpod. Increased chance for XXL, XXS. Dude, just give me more Magikarp because I am still working on that medal, dude. I live at the edge of the continent. I'm minutes from the beach. Still can't
spend more time on the beach, bro.
Dude, I was literally there last night. It's so nice out in Jersey.
You weren't there long enough. That's all.
I went there. Let me pull up my Magikarp medal and embarrass myself here with my incredibly horrible performance. But look at this. I'm at 957 of 1,000 on my Fisher medal. Come on. This thing is killing me, dude. Killing me. And while I'm at it, my youngster rat medal, 809. I've caught so many Rattata. Like, why did the XXS ones just elude me? Horrible, dude. I hate those medals. Just give me more Magikarp, and I'll be happy. But no, this is the event we were talking about last week. Mime Junior.
652 with the Magikarp.
652.
The Rattata.
You're kind of on par with each medal. That's interesting. But this event has Mime Junior in 5Ks. So find a friend that hatches as many eggs as Joe in the chat. Let him hatch multiples and then just trade. That's what I would do.
Increased chance to hatch shiny Wimpod. So they really want you to hatch every event. That's what they're saying.
I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it.
You gotta do it.
I'm not.
You gotta do it.
I'm single.
And they even want you to waste the super incubators on the 2K eggs.
No, I'm not doing it, dude. I'm gonna single incubate my way through whatever eggs I get, and as soon as I get a 5K, I'm gonna put a single incubator on it, and then.
Well, it's okay. There's paid time research. Which gets you 1 incubator. So then you'll have a second one to use.
So
you gotta spend $5.
Hold on.
1 incubator.
Let's talk about this real quick.
Don't worry. You get 15 pineapple berries. It's worth it. Trust me. Trust.
Why? So we've talked about the $2 price point, how we love that, right? We love the $2 ticket. Doesn't feel bad. It never feels bad if you have a $2 ticket. It's not bad. The $5 ticket, on the other hand, questionable, right? I like $5 tickets when they're attached to raid days or max battle days where there's a real tangible difference in my gameplay experience, right? I buy the raid ticket, I could do 8 additional raids. That's plenty of gameplay, plenty of community time. It's great. I buy the ticket for a max battle day, I get 5,600 particles that day. It's awesome. Here,
And how much Stardust do you get for winning each one of those?
I don't know. Who cares about Stardust?
Well, I'm saying because it says
I'm
for
just
$5,
listening to everyone scream. Hold on.
Stardust.
Everyone is listening to the podcast in the car right now, screaming at me. Who cares about Stardust? I don't care.
Well, no, like I mean, again, this is what I'm trying to get to is the fact that for $5 you're getting 3,000 Stardust.
So
Compared to for $5, if you win and you're doing what? I don't know how many raids that amount of particles got.
Candy XL, Rare Candy, TMs.
Yeah, so you're getting Candy XL, Rare Candy, TMs. You're getting, I'm just gonna say it, possibly 500 Stardust per oh my god, 500 Stardust per max battle win. So if you do 10 of those, that's way more than 3,000.
Well, we were getting plenty with Audino and for the mega raids,
I'm just
and we were
saying,
getting plenty.
this is like laughable. That's laughable.
This is horrible. Like, this is really bad.
I mean,
the
you get the
avatar pose is cool, but
pineapple berries.
I'm not,
Come
dude.
on.
I'm not paying $5 for a pose, dude.
Everyone wants the pineapple berries. Give me more pineapple berries, man.
And look, I'm not typically the one who's like, I want more, right? But for me, to make this worth it, this should have been five. It should have been 5.
Right.
Yo, and remember, there's no word super in front of that incubator. It's one regular ass incubator.
It's literally a $2.
It's a $2 ticket.
Ticket. It's a $2 ticket that they're trying to mask up to something better. It's like, yes, the pose is probably expensive, but like I don't care about the pose,
dude. And honestly, the paper airplane, like this, shouldn't this been like polishing an apple, Johnny Appleseed, like you know what I mean? Like where?
Yeah, even because don't we already have something like that?
I don't know,
but
man.
Like them going, and then shining up an apple would have been like really cool.
I don't know, maybe like have it like you take your Magikarp out and it flops or something. I don't know, just. I don't want to pay $5 for this. Will I? Yes. Do I want to? No.
Dude, don't do it. Don't do it.
What do you
Don't do it.
mean?
Please.
I'm on the reward road, dude. I want to prove how good of a gamer I am by getting a good score on the reward road. So
well,
dumb.
my reward road was even furthered because I bought the 2 tickets.
Thank you, buddy.
But then I clicked on them, and it was like, you need the actual ticket to get the rewards, and I'm like,
you got to buy everything. Just make sure you're buying everything through the web store too. Don't give Apple any.
Yeah, I didn't buy anything through the web store. I'm playing the game wrong. That's all.
All right, more May events. Witness glory with King Gambit's debut in Pokemon Go's Crown Clash event. These are some costume Pokemon that I can get behind because these are awesome.
Nidoking's crown through its horn just doesn't seem right.
Are you kidding? That is the funniest part.
Why is Nidokeen's not through her horn?
Look, man.
How is it sitting on her head?
That's the thing you're going to suspend belief on is how is it sitting on its head? Not that it's this giant rhino thing in battle.
Why Nidoking has a crown with his
because his horn's in between his ears up at the top, and Nidokeen's is coming out of her forehead like a unicorn, like a narwhal.
Debatable.
Saturday, May 10th to Sunday, May 18th. Double XP for evolving. More XP. Are they? How, I don't know how long we're going to say. Are they ramping for level 60? It's like because we've had crazy XP events. I love it. New trainers love it. I played with a bunch of people this weekend that were in the 40s of levels, and they were like, "Yeah, man, I need XP." So I get it. I totally get it. I'm down with it. But King Gambit, the big blade Pokemon, will make its debut. King Gambit, a new costume Pokemon will appear. Nidoqueen wearing crown, Nidoking wearing a crown. They can be shiny. Also
You
in the
can
wild,
evolve Bisharp into Kingambit after you defeat 15 Dark type or Steel type Pokemon in raid battles with Bisharp as your buddy. You do not have to defeat the Pokemon with Bisharp. So, yeah,
just
that's
make
all
it
I
your
got.
buddy. You don't have to have it in your party. But this has caused pretty significant backlash online. I saw, the usual suspects. Joe Merrick,
JRC Wolf?
probably. I didn't look at him. But even like Joe Merrick, like this is dumb, this is calling it whatever. People were
Pay to
upset.
play.
Well, they're just like, look, what if there's no dark Pokemon in raids, which is a valid point, I guess, but that's why it encourages you to play during the event window. It's like you have a chance to do it. It doesn't need to be easy. It doesn't need to be easy, and it doesn't need to be catered to your play style.
And you have 8 days to tackle this.
It's like, get over it, y'all. Put in the work. Get good.
And in 1-star raids, look at this. There's
What is it?
Dark type and Steel type Pokemon.
Yeah, use your
Sneasel,
free
Clank,
passes.
Bonnie.
Use your free passes.
And you could literally just be battling like Ponard over and over and over again. Make sure you get a good one, and make sure one's a buddy, and
get the candy.
Bisharp, and just keep getting extra candy over.
Double
and over
dip.
Again.
That's a good point. That's a
and
good
then
point.
3-star raids, you get the Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Both are
Soloable.
poison?
Soloable though.
But are those dark?
Nidos?
Or Steel type?
Well, doesn't it have to be dark for No, they're not. But doesn't it have to be dark type for the thing? Or is it steel also? No, it's just dark,
Yes,
right?
which is why I'm saying, like, they put a Pokemon in raids
Dark or steel, yeah.
that is not dark or steel.
Well, they put them all in 1-stars. That's fine. Let you get use your free
you really
pass.
enjoy remote raids. Do you enjoy remote raiding 1-star raids?
No, that is the worst.
All 15?
No.
To complete all 15? Are you serious?
No, you just have to wait. You have to hold out for them to put something else in 1-stars down the road. Just get it done, y'all. Just get it done. You have 8 days. How many free raid passes is that? Not enough to get 15.
This is true. This is very true.
Oh, that's awesome. And then finally, GMAX Suicune Max Battle Weekend.
From the previous day to get an extra raid.
It's still the same amount. So what, 8 days, you're going to get 9 total? You know what I mean? But anyway, Dynamax Suicune Max Battle Weekend, the 10th and the 11th. So this is pretty cool. It's the same kind of setup as Entei. Quarter distance, 3/4 max particle cost. These are good. And because it's a weekend and not a specific event, like a timed event, no ticket, no extra ticket, just a free, good old timed research. If you're going to buy some particles, buy them in the web store. Get extra bonuses. All right, Adam, that was the news. That was a lot. I think we should take a break.
Now?
We get to take a break. Not a nap. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk Wayfarer and ride out the show. How's that sound?
That sounds meow-tastic.
All right, everyone. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah.
Hi, chat.
Wow. All right.
Look at this cool Pokemon Go pin. It's so cool.
I have a cool one?
You have a cool one? What?
I don't know. You said pin, and then I can't see whatever you
have. Oh, I got to hold it up to this camera if I want you to see it.
Oh, that is really cool. I wish I had one of those.
I have 2 cameras. I have an Adam camera over here, and then I have my stream camera over here. So you only see one Adam, though.
Okay. I'll be right back. Get no water.
Little Sparkle said, I woke up way too early today. I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night. Got my Go Pin winning locals the other day. Then my daughter stole it for her school bag. Yo, my son steals all my stuff. I just gave him, I had a really cool Valor keychain that was in here. I just gave him. What about, I got lured up stickers. Oh, it's transparent. The green screen. No. Oh yeah, I got Stream Elements ads on right now. Marvel Strike Force ads. Yeah, we're sold our soul to Scopely. Adam, I was just saying I got Stream Elements ads running in Twitch right now, so we got Marvel Strike Force ad just popped up. I said we sold our soul to Scopely already. Hey man, I'm just trying to make $20. You know what I'm saying? All right, you ready to get back to this?
Well,
Joe says I'll have a unique homemade gift for any lured up PPN people at GoFest. How nice is that? I love that. I love when people do that. That's the coolest.
that's wonderful. So
All right.
come to Jersey. Like
He's
why
in
not?
He's like a half an hour.
No.
from me.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if you're listening to this, come to Jersey.
Oh, come
for
to
GoFest.
Jersey.
Like, come on.
Yes. Oh, and you know what? I'll say it when we come back. You ready?
I'm ready.
And we are back.
We are back.
From our break. Thank you so much for that. Adam, you just love to make that edit weird, right? You always like make it off time, so I have to like slice tape up and glue it together, and it's crazy. It's crazy, Adam.
I'm just making sure you're using all of your max particles.
I am. Thank you so much for that little breather. We did get some hydration. We did hydrate so we don't dehydrate. That's very important. But I do want to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons. Huge thanks to our gym leaders, Ben, SPN Willow, Halda Counselor, Matthew, Noggin Dude, and Sushi Slayer. And special thanks to our executive producer, Xander, as well as the other executive producers on the network, Monkey Bread, Red Bank Local, Trainer Mystic, and Kate the Cons. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure you check out Pokemon Professor for links to everywhere you can connect with us. Check out all the other shows on the network. Grab some merchandise, all that good stuff. PokemonProfessor.com. All right, Adam, let's talk Wayfair. We talked last week how there was some, the announcement of the Wayfair Challenge and that Niantic Spatial was spinning off sooner than later. Caused a little bit of an uproar within the Wayfair community. A little bit. Okay. But they had the Niantic Wayfair Challenge, and it ended up wrapping up early. So this is a post from Tintino on the forum saying, that's a wrap. The Global Wayfair Review Challenge is ending ahead of schedule. That sounds good, right? Not so much, because the experience leading up to the end of the challenge was really bad for reviewers. And also, people didn't hit their goals because they had less time to actually review. So, again, shout to Tintino, who has been incredibly transparent about everything, kind of pulls back the curtain here and says, because there was not enough submissions for everyone to continue reviewing at the breakneck challenge speed, we made the difficult decision to wrap up the global challenge early. We understand this may be disappointing for some of you, but as we get closer to eliminating the backlog, the long loading times you're experiencing will continue to worsen. So they're cleaning up. So if there's not, the reviews outpaced the nominations. So you would complete a review, go to your next review, and you're sitting there at a loading screen, which is brutally frustrating because it's already a cumbersome process. So, little bit upsetting here to some. They did lower the rewards for individual rewards and the tiers for the global rewards. It was 500 reviews for the individual tier stuff. And they lowered that to 400. So 500 to 400. So it's just a little shocking that they had to do this. It kind of, to me, says that Niantic Spatial is anxious. They're really anxious to cut ties, I guess, because they want to do their own thing. We had a great conversation the other day during our Zoom call on Monday about the what ifs of Niantic Spatial and what it would mean for the map if either Scopely or Niantic Spatial were to make a simple change for inclusion rules to move from level 17 cells to level 18 cells. And instead of having one nomination per level 17 cell, a level 18 is 4 cells within a 17. So what if every cell that we have now could have 4 nominations in it, 4 POIs? So there's a lot on the table. We're wondering why they're so anxious to go. We don't know. Maybe nothing changes. Maybe absolutely nothing changes on either front. We don't know. But yeah, it's all happening, and it's happening pretty quickly. So I think what's going to be important for Pokemon Go trainers, just as I pull up the Wayfarer homepage here, what's going to be really important for trainers to get involved with wayfinding as soon as they possibly can. And the reason for that being, if we don't want to see any kind of break in the flow of map development, we may have to compensate for the lack of Ingress players that are no longer going to be contributing to the map. Someone, nominates something in Ingress from any point now forward, does not communicate with the Wayfarer system, would not get added to Pokemon Go. You nominate something in Pokemon Go Wayfarer, there's no chance of it showing up in Ingress. So the split has happened since the 14th, I believe. So it's done. Absolutely done skis. So as a new wayfinder or someone that wants to get into wayfinding, I put together a couple links that we're going to run through that just kind of, really will set the tone for you to, I guess, understand where to start when it comes to this, because it could be a little daunting. Obviously, we're going to recommend that you check out the Way Spotters podcast, which is on the Pokemon Professor Network. Jamal and Chris do an amazing job of taking a very technical niche thing and making it enjoyable to understand and learn about, and then ultimately partake in. So they do a really good job over there. So make sure you check that out. But when you go to the Wayfarer website, it's going to kind of be like your launch pad for all things Wayfarer, and we're going to link to it in the description. But the most important thing is going to be reviewing. And I just have my review page up on screen right now just to see. But there's what it takes to review. You have to jump through some hoops to really understand and get past the learning curve, but in all the best ways, because the trainers that understand the inclusion rules, the way the map works, the way the review process works, if you have this information going into your Wayfarer journey, you're going to have a much better time. Because I know plenty of people that were like, yeah, I want to do Wayfarer. They nominate something. Sometimes it would sit in voting forever. Sometimes it would get approved and then not show up in the game. And they're like, what do you mean it can't show up in the game? Not knowing that some inclusion rule might prevent it from being live in the game. And then they get discouraged and they never come back to Wayfarer. I want to personally invite everybody back because we need troops. We need people. We need wayfinders to step up to
This is true.
Start reinforcing the map. So, I'm closing websites here. I got everything because I blew it because I logged in. It kind of wiped out all my pages. But also from the Niantic Wayfarer homepages, you can get to the forums, and the forums I've been a professional lurker on the Wayfarer forums since the beginning. And we've talked about it on the show, but I used to do Operation Portal Recon stuff with Ingress. I've been involved in it for the longest, and I've always seen the importance in the map. I've always been interested in it from the early days of when, I think Pokemon Go Hub put out this incredible evergreen article that I still refer to that explains how S2 cells work. You know what? I'll link that in the description as well, because that's a great article, even though it's dated. But in the Wayfarer forums,
you guys fooled me on it.
Yeah, you could pretty much learn everything about it. Now, Adam, you were one that was kind of on the outside of Wayfarer. You were saying that your immediate area was hungry for stops and hungry for POI, and
yes,
Jamal kind of gave you some tips on how to write a good description and how to nominate, how to take a good photo, and you were able to get some stuff pushed through. Now,
yeah, I think I got like 2 or 3 things like almost immediately. It was like within a week they were in the game and ready to go,
which is crazy and tells me that you have a great reviewing circle in your area, right? People are seeing it. The locals will see it. People that have your area as their home location in their Wayfarer account. So the importance here is understanding what you have to do. And you're going to be able to learn a lot of that in the forums because they're typically a pretty welcoming, non-gatekeepy bunch, right? Yeah. No, actually, it's not as daunting as you think
no,
it
is.
No, it's pretty bad. No, they're going to kick your ass. But no, it's not Twitter. That's the best way I could put it. It's a little bit more of...
It's like constructive, harsh criticism.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. Because of the split and because the challenge ended early, we've definitely seen a, I don't know, a side of Wayfarer trainers or Wayfinders that has been a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more Twitter-esque, dare I say it, in the forums. And usually, like, there's definitely plenty of opinions. I mean, Jamal can be completely professional, completely, even-keeled, cool as a cucumber, and just put strong viewpoints, and people will get fired up and, like, come, pew-pew at him, but it's very well-constructed arguments, right? And
yes.
What I'm seeing now, though, is people are just, like, taking shots at Niantic, and it hasn't been as clean as it usually is. Hold on, let me see if I can find something.
Oh, jeez, don't pull it up. Don't embarrass anyone.
Why? There's some good ones in here, man.
I'm just kidding. They already embarrassed themselves. Go for it.
No,
blast them.
So I'm just not going to blast anybody, but I mean, there's plenty of comments on here of people that are just upset that things ended early. People just complaining about it, and this was like the last sign-off. So I don't know if, some of these people are specifically Ingress or some of these people are mod edit for language to stay respectful. Like, dude, people were colored. There was color commentary that was very, I don't know, just, they were going for it. They were going for it in ways that the Wayfinders typically don't. I don't want people to go to the forums for the first time and be like, this community doesn't seem friendly, or this community doesn't seem welcoming. It's not usually like that. Things are a little toasty right now, so just be aware that there's a lot of salt in the boiling water right now because of things happening. But you're going to want to spend some time in the forums. I highly recommend it. Now, other than that, there's the Niantic Help Shift page that is like the real basics, the 101. How do I access Niantic Wayfarer? It's a level 37 thing in Pokemon Go. And there's some tutorials here that are very, very basic. But you can, like, look at their, like, how to submit a Pokestop kind of links, and it kind of, like, walks you through how to add a photo and do all this. The Help Center pages are pretty dry. But the info is there. There's also Wayfarer on X. I'd imagine this will turn into, like, this account will stay where it is. However, they may change the handle to, like, Scopely Wayfarer or something. They're promoting here, support requests go to Niantic Help. That will ultimately be a Scopely Help kind of account. Like, we don't know what they're going to do in terms of branding for these accounts, but we do know that the Wayfarer name is staying put. So it will be Wayfarer. It just won't be Niantic Wayfarer. It'll be Scopely Wayfarer. And Niantic Spatial, we still don't know what they're going to call their map, whether it's going to be OPR2 or what, but we don't have any info on that yet. But you get a lot of good information here on Niantic Wayfarer's Twitter. So there's plenty of places to get information. I really, really recommend you start in the forums and look around. Also check out Wayspotters podcast, like I said. We're definitely going to be putting some content together with Chris and Jamal from the Wayspotters because this is a very important time for a Wayfarer. And Adam, when you first started messing with it, like it's fairly easy, right, to actually review or to actually submit.
It's fairly easy. It's fairly easy to submit. You just I always feel like if I want to submit something but I don't have time to, it's frustrating because I feel like in my head I want to be there.
Yeah.
But you can choose existing photos, right? You can shoot them and then
Yeah, and
put them in
Ingress.
later.
Yeah.
So,
No,
well,
you can. They're like photo
regardless,
edits
you
and
need
stuff.
to be on the but you need to be on the spot in order to submit it there. So it's I don't know. It creates a little frustration for me. So
So
I've gone to some place twice now, and I've started taking pictures, and then I see someone, and then I get distracted.
well,
and
that's
then by
your
the
your
time-
fault. That's not the
And
system's
then it's
fault.
dark. Yeah,
And the
I know,
photo's
I
no
know.
good. It's dark. It'll get
Photo's no
rejected for
good.
dark photo. No, the beauty of this, and this is how I'd like to elevator pitch Wayfair, is like catching Pokemon, like hunting shinies, like stopping to do a raid or doing a max battle or following a route. It's just one more layer to the gameplay. And when I'm out and about, especially when I'm in a new area, I'm constantly thinking in my head, can I nominate this? It's become part of my process. And it's not just because, oh, I'm a champion of the game board and I'm gung-ho to build this map with Niantic. No. I want more stops. I want more stops, more Pokestops.
Yeah,
more
and it's
stops.
important too to not get bogged down because that's kind of how I felt after being told like, "Oh, you can't get a stop there." Just submit stuff and just if it's not in the game, put it in there. Try
Well,
because we don't know what's about to happen. We don't know if things are going
yes,
to change
that's a good
because
point.
currently it could not be in the game due to certain circumstances now, but if there's a change in a month, in 2 months, and a flip switches, and then all those go live, the game board's gonna look pretty spicy.
Yeah,
Especially if everyone's been sticking on it and doing some work.
well, that's my concern that I was talking about last week. I'm just worried that the trajectory, the pacing of the development of the map is going to slow because we're going to lose all the Ingress people. So we have to compensate. We have to step up. But when you look at it as more of an additional gameplay loop and less of there's a very strong like position of a lot of trainers of like I'm not doing this Niantic's work for free. Like they want free labor, they want this, they want that. And why should I build the map? It's part of the game, in my opinion. So it's part of the loop. So just like I want to go down the street to that corner because there's a gym there that I could do a raid. If I happen to see a mural or something that's not in the game, it's like it's crazy. You know, we put our you know, like even the hotel that we're staying at for GoFest, there's a mural there. It's an open cell. Like, you best believe I'm nominating that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I'm going to be there and not nominate. Like, it's all part of, you know what's going to be crazy is with the Niantic Spatial split, I use the Ingress Intel map as my guide when I'm like, you know, should I say IITC? But like,
can,
you know, like,
can you do that?
Well, that's the thing.
That now?
The Ingress map is no longer current because, well, it is as of now because the stuff, but, you know, going forward, that map will not reflect the Pokemon Go game board. Even if you have the Pokemon Go plugin on IATC or whatever. Like, it won't because it's not going to speak to it. So, a lot of uncertainty still. It's oh, man. All I know is we need stops. We need the map to stay developed and clean and accurate. And we need new wayfinders. So please check out the Wayspotters podcast, wayspotters.com, and check the links in the description. Check them all out. Set up a Wayfarer account. Take your quiz. Get prepared to review. Get prepared to nominate. And get involved. Because just like other disciplines in the game, like raiding or whatever, it gets addictive. and you get this Tootsie Roll effect where it's like, where I think I see becomes a Tootsie Roll to me. It's like anything. It's like that's a POI. That's a POI. That's a POI. It's
Yeah,
like,
because you do get that, and it's like I noticed that a lot too. After you submit once or twice, you're like, okay, I understand, and then you get things rejected, and you're like, okay, I understand why. And it's just kind of like a balancing act. And once you've done that a few times, it feels really good to just be like, oh, there's a rock over there, and
no.
it's got some signage attached to it, and that is not in the game. And then you like look, and it's a mural of something, and you're like, all right, I'm submitting that, and you're like, wow, this has got really nice public accessibility. I'm gonna take a nice supporting photo. Like,
Dude,
you can tell when something's like real good.
there's something special about returning to an area and seeing a halo around a Pokestop, and you're like, oh snap, that's me. Like that's my like
Yes,
it's
especially too,
exceptionally rewarding.
you can take a picture, and if you don't like it, you can always like suggest a new picture, and then talk to your friends and send them the gift from that Pokestop, and have them upvote your picture that you
We
took.
have a whole thumbing category in our Discord.
Yes.
Sir Amanda constantly updating photos, so it's like I got a favor, who can upvote?
Yeah, it's kind of like when I got to the Keller house, it was just a rainy day, like very bad photo. And I took a really nice one during the sunshine and the clouds in the background. Like, it looks really inviting. And that is it's so vibrant and bright. So when I send that gift, I'm like so excited to send it. 'Cause I'm like, I took that picture. That was me.
So I'm gonna out myself a little bit here because I haven't nominated in a bit, but I got my contributions pulled up right now. The last one I sent in was accepted. Then the two previous were rejected. But, then I had a good run, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, then one denied, two more accepted. Like, it's like this one, what was I doing here? Like this one, I just happened to be at a library and they had the library book return thingy. It was a dented up ass return. I got it in the game. And it's just like, I'm not going back to Ocean County Library anytime soon, but like if I do, that's going to be a halo for me and I'm going to be excited about it. So it's like everybody get involved with Wayfair. I really can't push this enough.
Yeah, we can't thank you enough in advance. That's what we're
Yes.
trying to say.
If I come to your neighborhood and it's filled out with Pokestops, I'll appreciate it. All right. Well, Adam, that's pretty much a show. I think we did it. Did we do it?
I think we did it.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for checking out the show. You can email us, luredup@PokemonProfessor.com. You can leave us a text, a voicemail, a video, or whatever. Call us, 732-835-8639. We're working on ways to take live calls. That's going to be next for us. So we're working on that. Check out Pokemon Professor for everywhere you can connect with us, all that stuff. Adam, if that's a show, that's a show. Is that a show?
I think that is, in fact, a show.
Keep training, trainers. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Appreciate it. Bye, chat. Thanks so much for being